Hello, this is Kenneth. This is a follow up in my ongoing series on my experiences with Latuda, medicine for bipolar depression and schizophrenia. I started it approximately 3 weeks ago, and what I can say is that I've had some positive reaction to it. My motivation is increased. I feel better. My mood is good. I'm doing things that I haven't been doing for months. Uh, it's working very well. As far as side effects, I haven't noticed any side effects, except for some drowsiness after taking it. This medicine is similar to Seroquel, and my doctor decided to take me off Seroquel and put me on Latuda because the effectiveness of the Seroquel had decreased over the years. And it was a good decision. I was sort of unsure that I should be taken off the Seroquel because I, you know, come to depend upon the Seroquel for motivation and because usually what I I'm a night person and I work in the middle of the night, and Seroquel usually gives me about 2 or 3 hours of active work in the middle of the night. I work around with computers, try to learn computer programming languages. But now that he's put me on Latuda, I do things during the day. Like yesterday, I was painting in watercolors. And the day before, I was playing my guitar. Now, normally these things are impossible for me to do. Uh, my therapist says that, if you really want to do something, you can do it. But that's not true with people with schizophrenia. It's it, it, it it's just like going up against a brick wall. Medication is the solution because before I had schizophrenia, I was a quite driven person. I'm highly educated, and I remember working long hours into the middle of the night working on problem sets and things like that, and having no problems with motivation. And after I got out of the Air Force, after I got out of school, I went in the Air Force, and I had no problem going to work every day and and doing the regular job. But now that I have schizophrenia, I have these problems, and I'm thinking about going to work again. Uh, I feel like I can work, but I don't. I'm not quite sure if my symptoms are at the right re- reduction level for me to work. But I'm going to give it my best shot. That's all you can do. Uh, Another thing that I've noticed with Latuda is I've heard it before that people with manic depression, they enter depressive state and they don't feel like doing anything, and then they get in that manic state and they're doing everything. Uh, One thing they mention is they start eating vegetables. You know, when you don't have motivation, you have a tendency to eat comfort food. You have a tendency to go out for McDonald's or Kentucky Fried Chicken. All that stuff that's no good for you. But when you're in a highly motivated state, you start eating vegetables. And that's another thing that I've noticed about Latuda. I've started eating vegetables. I try to eat like a can of greens, of cooked greens every day, and that's good for my health, and it makes me feel better. So all these good signs are going on in my life as far as Latuda is concerned. I don't know how long they're going to last because, as I recall, Seroquel started out very well, and then it dwindled in effectiveness. I hope Latuda does not do the same thing. There are some medicines that you take and they work consistently for years without any diminishment. Invega is one of them. I've been on Invega since 2009, and that helps with my voices. And since I've been on Invega, I have not had any increase in voices. Now, Seroquel was a different story. Seroquel started out very well. The Seroquel, I was just laying down doing nothing. Then when I started taking this 25 milligram pill of Seroquel, I started doing stuff. I started, just getting up and doing stuff. What else can I say? But after a period of 2 or 3 years, I found it harder and harder to do things. I try to reward myself for doing painting, saying to myself, "Oh wow, I made a painting," and but eventually that dwindled down to just only a couple of hours of positive activity in the middle of the night. I still have problems with my sleep cycle. I have a tendency to stay up all night and sleep in the morning. And I don't know what to do about that. They say that happens sometimes with people with depression, but I think I don't have depression. I think it's just the negative effects, the negative symptoms of schizophrenia. Well, in a few months I'll give you another update and tell you how I progressed with Latuda. Thank you for now and have a good day.